Hello friends, I Pankaj Dumka welcomes you all to this session on Python for Mechanical Engineers. Today we will be starting up with the application part of Python programming, and we'll be taking up the first problem, that how to draw Carnot cycle in the Python with the help of Python programming. So the graph which is in front of you is the plot of a Carnot cycle, in which four processes are there. 1 to 2, 3 to 4 are reversible isothermal, whereas 2 to 3 and 4 to 1 are reversible adiabatic processes. So it is given to me the maximum volume, minimum pressure and maximum pressure. Along with that, the compression ratio, which is V1 by V2, is given to me. So if I look the process 1 to 2, so this particular process 1 to 2 is a reversible isothermal process. So for which I can write PV is a constant. Let us say this constant is C1. So I can write from here that P2V2 is equal to P1V1, and that is C1, because both the point 2 and 1 are lying on this particular process. Likewise, if I move from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 process, so this is a reversible adiabatic. So I can write for this particular that PV to the power gamma is equal to some another constant C2. So as this is passing from point 2 to 3, so this will be P2 V2 to the power gamma will be equal to P3 V3 to the power gamma, and that will be equal to C2. Now if you look the process 3 to 4, so this 3 to 4 is again a isothermal process. Let us say that the constant on this is C3. So I can write the general equation of this curve is PV is equal to C3. So as this is passing from 3 and 4, so it is P3 V3 to the power P3 V3 is equal to P4 V4, and that is equal to C3. Now comes the last process, that is 4 to 1. So in this process, if you look closely, this is again a reversible adiabatic. So this should be following PV to the power gamma is a constant. Let us call this constant as C4. So this will be P4 V4 to the power gamma is equal to P1 V1 to the power gamma, and that is equal to C4. So the point to remember here is the constant along this 1 to 2 is C1, along 2 to 3 is C2, along 3 to 4 is C3, and along 4 to 1 is C4. So now, without any further delay, let us directly jump into the problem. So if you look this curve once again, so what is P1? P1 is P minimum. What is V1? It is V maximum. What is P3? It is P maximum. What is V2? It is V1 by R. So we will be writing our code like this only. So the first thing first is, what is P1? P1 is the minimum volume, P min. Likewise, what is V1? This is the maximum volume. So here I know everything about this particular point. Now comes 2. So if I look closely, the volume at point 2 is already known to me via this compression ratio. So this V2 will be V1 by R. Now if I look the process 1 to 2, so along 1 to 2 the constant is C1. So I will be evaluating this C1, which is P1 V1. Okay, once I know this constant, I can proceed further for the process number 2 to 3. So along 2 to 3 the constant is C2. Okay, now if you look closely for the process 2 to 3, let us say this we have talked of 1 to 2. Now if I talk for let us say 2 to 3, so that is a reversible adiabatic process. So for that process you have seen that C2 was P2 V2 to the power gamma, because this point 2 is not only lying along this isothermal but this reversible adiabatic as well. So we have this information of point P2 as P2 V2 to the power, C2 as P2 V2 to the power gamma. So I know what? I know C2. Okay, so once I know C2, I know C1, I can find out what is your V3. What is this? V3, volume at this particular point. So now once again, C2 is P2 V2 to the power gamma, as well as, sorry, this is what I don't require this. So this C1 is P2 V2 via process 1 to 2. So if I write this C2 by C1, okay, okay, I don't know what is P2, so I don't know what is C2. So C2 I have to evaluate here. So if I divide this by C1, this P2 will vanish and it becomes V2 to the power gamma minus 1. So from here I know C2 in terms of C1 and V2 to the power gamma minus 1. Now that's good. Once I know C2, what I can do is I can evaluate the value of volume at point number 3 here. So what is the volume at point number 3? So that will be P3 V3 to the power gamma is equal to C2. Okay, but I know P3 is nothing but P maximum. Therefore, the volume at 3 will be C2 divided by P3 whole to the power 1 by gamma. Now, the volume at point 3 is also known. So, what we have evaluated so far? P1, V1. Volume at point 2 along with C1. Volume at point 3 along with C2. So far so good. Now, we have to look for the two processes, that is 3-4 and 4-1. So now if you go for the process 3 to 4, then you also have to go for process 4 to 1. Why? Let me explain this to you. So if you look the process 3 to 4, then this C3 can be evaluated with the help of this P3 V3. So C3 here will be equal to P3 V3 because 3 to 4 is a isothermal process. Okay, and that is also equal to P4 V4. So what I'll be going to do in code, I will be evaluating this first. Okay, then for the process 4 to 1, I know C4. How? Because I know point number P1 information, that is P1 V1 there. So it is P1 V1, but 4 to 1 is reversible adiabatic, so this is the 1. Okay, getting the point or not? And that is also equal to P4 V4 to the power gamma. Very good. So C4 will be evaluated from here. Now if you look the C3 and this value and C4 and this value and divide this C4 by C3, so this C4 by C3, this C4 by C3 will be what? It will be P4 V4 divided by P4 V4 to the power gamma. So this, oh sorry, it is P4 V4 to the power gamma and C3 is P4 V4 only. So this will get cancelled out and you will be getting V4 to the power gamma minus 1. So what is V4? V4 is C4 by C3 whole to the power 1 by gamma minus 1. So now if you look, you know volume at point 1, you know pressure there. You know volume at point 2, you know C1. Volume at point 3 has also been evaluated, C2 you know. Volume at point number 4 is also known and you know C3 and C4. So everything is known to you. Now the time is to plot this. So in the next video, I will be telling you how to plot the process. So thank you very much for watching this video and take very good care of yourself. Bye.